Hey guys, what's up? It's Kevin from Relax and Learn Guitar, where I teach folks over 40 how to play the guitar because you're never too old to learn, and you can do that with my easy to follow lessons. And we are here today for day 7, the final day. So, congratulations. This is the 7th day in our 7 days guitar starter series. So, if you've been following along, we're kind of wrapping things up today. We've been playing guitar for about 15 minutes a day for the last 7 days to get you well on your way to playing. And the lessons up to this one have been all using a pick. Today's lesson is your first fingerstyle guitar lesson. So if you've always wanted to play the guitar fingerstyle or finger picking and you didn't really know where to start, stick around. I'm going to show you how to do that with some easy to follow lessons using a lot of the stuff we've learned already in this series. So if you've not yet checked that out, you can click the playlist above and get the rest of those lessons. Otherwise, today we're going to be, like I said, focusing on fingerstyle. So the first thing we're going to do is to number our fingers on our hand. So I'm going to be calling out kind of numbers instead of fingers. So, well, besides the thumb. So thumb's just called thumb. Your index finger is finger number 1. Your middle finger is finger number 2. And your ring finger is finger number 3. We are going to use our pinky, but we're going to use that as an anchor, and I'll show you what I mean by that in a bit. So you've got your thumb, 1, 2, 3, and pinky. And then, as you all recall, and if you have been following along, we also have our strings numbered. So string 6 is the big fat one up here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And the first string is the skinniest one. So that's how you can remember what order the strings are numbered in. So we're going to use the chords in the key of G that we've been playing in this starter guitar series. So for now, just fret a G chord. And if you need a little refresher there, that is your index finger on the 5th string 2nd fret, your middle finger on the 6th string 3rd fret, and we're going to be using our ring finger on the 1st string 3rd fret. Okay? Now for this pattern, you're going to, your thumb's going to move around a little bit. So your thumb is going to play a different string depending on the chord we're playing. And we'll talk about that in a bit. But our other fingers, the fingers 1, 2, and 3, are always going to rest on the same strings and always play the same strings. So your index finger is going to be here on the 3rd string. Your middle finger is going to be here on the 2nd string. And your ring finger is going to be here on the 1st string. Now, you don't have to do this, but I recommend it. Use your pinky as an anchor. So what I mean by that is rest your pinky, most guitars have a pick guard here. If they don't, just rest it on the body of the guitar. But you'll see my pinky doesn't move. My fingers are going to pluck the strings. My pinky is going to anchor my hand. If you don't do that, you run the risk of kind of your hand floating around and not always playing the strings you want them to play. If you use your pinky as an anchor, your hand doesn't move, and then it becomes kind of second nature to pluck those strings. So if you fret that G chord, and you put your thumb here on the 6th string, so the thumb is going to play the root or bass of each chord. And as you know, the 6th string is the root of the G chord. So the thumb's going to play the 6th string. Your other fingers are resting here on strings 3, 2, and 1 with your index, middle, and pinky respectively. And your index, middle, and ring. And then your pinky is the anchor. So the pattern we're going to be playing sounds like this. Take it nice and slow. So if I call out the fingers I'm playing for the pattern, it's thumb 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, thumb 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. thumb 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, thumb 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. Take it nice and slow. You can use a metronome to really kind of nail it. I would recommend maybe like 60 beats per minute on that metronome. You can go slower if you like. And your the beats are kind of on the 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you're going to hear the beep on the 1 and the 4 beats. That'd be a good kind of practice to get into, to use that metronome like we talked about in our rhythm lesson, to kind of get that stuck in your head and get the timing right. And then we're going to just kind of play a chord progression here using that same fingerstyle pattern, that same pattern with our fingers. Your thumb's going to be the one moving around a little bit. So we're going to play that G chord a couple times. Then we're going to play the C chord a couple times. And back to the G chord. C. E minor. C. G. So that's kind of the chord progression and exercise I want to go have you go through. So when you're playing that, you're playing the G chord we covered. When you switch to that C chord, you'll see my thumb is playing the 5th string. That's the root or bass note of the C chord. So it's still thumb 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. It's just that your thumb is playing the 5th string. Your index, middle, and ring are still playing strings 3, 2, and 1. And then back to that G. The 6th string's the root with the thumb. Back to the C is the 5th string. And the E minor is also a 6th string. And I'll say something here, you'll notice that you don't really even have to fret the E minor chord to get the same tone, the same notes being played. I just like telling people to do that because it gets you in the habit of changing. But you can do, if you pay attention, the pattern on that 6th string and strings 3, 2, and 1, that E minor chord, you're not fretting any of those strings. You're fretting the strings on 5 and 4. But it gets you in the habit of changing chords. It gives you some practice there. Trains your brain, trains your hands. So still fret that E minor chord in this fingerstyle song, if you want to call it a little tune. But you might notice, hey, what am I doing? Those strings aren't even fretted in this chord, but no worries. So you're going to really focus a lot on your picking hand. If you're right-handed, your right hand. Get a nice anchor with that pinky. And just play around with it. You can move the chords around. This pattern will serve you well. It's kind of a, you can play it with a lot of different styles. So you'll actually use this finger style pattern a lot. If you want to check out another lesson I've done on some easy ways to play those chords in the key of G, and adding in a little bit of flavor by adding another note into them, you can check out that lesson above, kind of key of G chords the easy way. And now that you've learned your first kind of finger style lesson, stick with it. You can check out the fingerstyle song lesson playlist. You can also find that above by clicking on that link. So there you have it. I would love to hear any questions you have or your thoughts on how the starter series went for you. You can leave those in the comments below. And be sure and watch the What's Next video. So kind of wrapping up this guitar series. Congratulations on completing it. And definitely check out the kind of What's Next video. You can find that above as well. And if you haven't yet subscribed, I would love to see you in more of my videos in the future. Thanks for your support. And that wraps up our 7-day guitar starter series. Congratulations and keep on picking.